Mikerowchip here, playing Trainz 2022
Plus Standard Edition.
And this is the UMR episode 87. We're here with JR Joe. It's actually Rafa's turn right now. But JR Joe is cleaning up a mess that was left by the previous JR Joe. So, we have cars that derailed on this track that we're on right now. We can't be on this track that we're on right now in order to get them going. Of course, now wait a minute now. What if I were to get them from this end and shove them into O'Marin? And I hadn't thought about that yet. We shove them into O'Marin, and then we do our run around in O'Marin. I'm suddenly liking that idea much more than I was going to back up, unhook, then come down with engines light and come around and do it. But why? Why, I ask you? Okay, now, last time we did this, weird things were happening. Rail driver stopped responding, and then I may have mentioned this in one of my other videos. Right when I was done with the video, I was like, what's going on with the rail driver? And then I went to unplug the USB for the rail driver, and it just like fell out of the slot. It was like barely plugged in. That could be why I was having those problems. It's not faulty engineering unless you consider plugging in a USB engineering. Now I'm going to take a drink. Now that I got that off my chest, here we go. So let's go forward, shall we? Everything's released. We're going to start rolling backwards, going on a slight hill here. Give me some ups. There we go, right back down to zero. Now we're going forward. Nope, still backward. This is quite a hill we're on. All right, that's notch 2. Oh, notch 2 said, nah. Be gone, notch 1. I will have no more of thee. Nor the rolling backwards. All right, notch 3. Now, I find it hard to believe we can't get this going. Brakes are all good except for that one. Bail. There we go. You just say bail into the microphone, and it goes away. Well, plus you got to hit the D key. All right, this is a heavy train. What are we looking at here? I think he's already picked up some stuff, right? We're looking at, 9,000 tons in tow. We're looking at a lot of weight. Not a surprise. Okay, he's flexing back and forth between 1. Let's put him in notch 4. Come on, JR Joe, you got some power. Let's use it. Let's get some momentum. Are we going to hit 2? No one knows. Except for the computer, and it just said, I know, pal, we're going to go to 2. Oh, doubled our speed just like that. All right, still kind of surprising that it hasn't gone up higher than that. Let's put it notch 5. Yep. Turbines to speed. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. All right, so up ahead of us now, there are cars on the track that derailed from the previous Ashley inbound train. This is the current Ashley inbound train. We're going to, like I said, we're going to snug up on them. We're going to push them into O'Marin. Then we're going to drive our entire train through O'Marin. After we, of course, push the cars where... I'll get it. After we shove the cars onto a different track in O'Marin, because there is a runaround track in O'Marin. We will push the cars in front of us onto that track, decouple, back up, and then we will pull these cars all the way through. Or maybe the easier thing would be to go forward, take the fewer cars, pull them all the way through after we run around those, then back up to the main train and then be on our way. I think I got it. Now, what do we got on this train? That's a 60. I think this is a 62, isn't it? 60 also, not a 62. Yeah, here we go. We got an SD60, 2 SD60s, a GP38-2, and a GP40-2. Look at that, I can read. What is all that? Well, while we're looking here, let's do some math, huh? So we got an SD60, which is rated for 3,800 horsepower. We'll multiply that times 2. Then we're going to add on a GP 38-2. And that's 2,000. That takes us up now to 9,600. We're already good by 600. But then we still have to add on the GP 40-2. And that's 3,000. Plus 3,000. I could have done that. I could have done that math in my head. That's 12,600. So we got a lot of extra horsepower. 3,600 left over. So picking up these few cars here probably are not going to put us over the edge. Now, had it put us over the edge, I'd have said, well, over the edge it is then, because not gonna drop them off or whatever and do something, go somewhere else. Here we go. And I never did figure out why those cars were missing out of Flagston. Again, I'm assuming another train picked them up accidentally and rolled out with them. But that's, of course, the other beauty of this game is if I never find them, it don't really make a difference. We can just add on cars whenever I want to, tag them however I want to, and just say, look, these cars were here all along. We were looking on track 1 and never glanced over at track 2 because that's where the cars were actually stored. Now, that would be a total lie, and you would all know it was a lie, and I would know that you know it's a lie, but we're all just gonna keep humming, pretend it's not. All right, so let's notch up here a little bit more. There we go. Let's back off a little bit too. There we go. He's going. Now, is Rafa picking things up, or is he dropping them off? That's something I can look over here at. Let's see. Rafa, what are you doing, buddy? No, he's delivering. He's delivering. He's delivering lumber in Lyle and some boxcars in Lyle. He's already done. And once he gets those out of the way, he is then going to head off to Ashley Gorway. And I'm thinking about Lyle. There's not a lot of storage track in Lyle. So we could fill up the storage track as much as possible and then just drag those empties up to Ashley with me, because I think Ashley has a much bigger yard. And we can drop them off there, which would actually be further away from where they need to go. But it is what it is. Oh, we're getting wheel slip now. What if we add some sand? Give me some sand. The wheels don't care. Okay, go back to notch 6. There we go. Notch 6. Still getting wheel slip. And we're going even slower now. Oh boy. Okay, let's take it all the way down. There we go. Three, notch 4. Come on now. Notch 5. This is not that steep of a grade. We're still rolling backwards. Is it plugged in? It's plugged in. Is it just too heavy? Notch 6? We had good momentum and everything. Now I've blown it. What the heck fire's going on? There's no way this much power can't pull these along, right? Are you with me on that one? Notch 6, and everybody, you look at all the exhaust coming off. And then we go to notch 7, he goes into wheel slip. All right, let's see. Let's put on the train brake. Put on the train brake. There we go. We got full train breakage right now. Let's see. Is it going to... There's a way to look at... Wait, here we go. Show the track profile. Show the track gradient. Oh, wait, no. With the profile. It's like 0.6, right? There's no way this should be happening. Okay, yeah, turn that. Yeah, turn this on. What the heck? All right, so let's put it in notch 3 with the brake applied, and then release the brake. Is that trick gonna work? Give me 4. What the? And we're going backwards on 4. Come on. Okay. This is what's going to happen now. We're going to put it over here into DC mode. This is what we're going to do. And then we're going to go. These are not the mountains of California. Here we go now. I think. Put it on easy mode. When all else fails, put it on easy mode. Physics are different. They're going to get you around. All right, so this is like a notch 4 right now. Well, the entire episode will be us watching this train struggle to get to Omar, which is not that far away. Plus, we're into overtime right now. This is all adding up to what the heck? All right, here we go now. Now we're getting some serious traction. Let's dial it up another 10%. Okay. The brakes are not on because I have it on simple mode. Really? Uh-oh. Hold on. Had to clear my throat there. Yeah, really weird. What if we juice it to 70? Turn that dial, baby. It's going to be stuck at 5 miles an hour, and I still don't see the cars coming up on the track here. What the heck? Okay, take me to 80. That immediately moved us to 6 and then stopped us. Yeah, so 1.5 would have set on there. I mean, that's pretty steep. Looks like we were on the 60 part. 1.5's coming. Maybe we're on it now. I don't know. Seems like every time I move it up 10%, it goes up another mile an hour. Come on now. Now watch when I move it to 100, he moves to 8. No. We got it floored at notch 8. We are gaining speed. It eventually went up to 8. Zippity doo dah. That's just crazy. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till we get up to the cars that are stalled on this track. So I'll put you guys on pause. As soon as we get up to those cars, I'll bring you back. Okay, I wasn't paying close attention to the time up there in Rain Court. I don't know how much time passed. 7 minutes? I don't know. You can flip back and forth if you really want to find out. You know, just go back in time and see. But we see our first cars coming up. It's our first car, sir. Oh, good. Our first catch of the day. Star Wars line inserted. Okay, so we got all the way up to 21 mile an hour. It took us a while to get there. And now, unfortunately, we're going to have to slow back down. Once we get close enough here. Now, let's start doing it now, though. There we go. Let's take it down to 50%. Let's take it down to 35%. Okay, it's going down now. I noticed it went down and started surging again. The momentum of the cars behind us just pushes us along. There's like 2 or 3 dips and dops. These first 2 are small, and there's another one way up there. I think that's it right there. That one is a little bit longer. It's probably got about, I don't know, 7, 10 cars in it, somewhere around there. All right. And the more I think about it, the more I think that these cars we're picking up are cars that derailed before we put on the derail rule. These are all the cars that were supposed to be going to the North Yard from Ashland. Again, that one train the last train we humped was really short. It was like, what, 10 cars, I think, something like that. And that would explain it, so. We will still forge ahead. And I got something in my left eye. Not that it matters to you, but it matters to me. There we go. I think I got it. Okay. We just got to sneak up on this one. We're just going to tap it. Just a little tap. 2 cars here, both box cars. Burlington Northern and a rail car. A rail box. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. All right, 5 mile an hour is acceptable, but I want it to be more acceptable. 3% is better. Now, normally we'd have to jump out, do some glad handing and all that stuff, and then, you know, quickly charge. But we're just gonna hit it, and then we're gonna juice it again until we get to the next ones. All right, and then what we're also gonna do is we're gonna go, no, zoinks, zoinks, zoinks. Yep. Gilby Tractor and Joliet Manufacturing is where those 2 are going. Well, they're gonna be late. Here's our next set. This one's got, looks like maybe a little bit more than 2, maybe 3 or 4. Then there should be one more set, which I think, again, I think I can see. None of these are rolling, as has happened in the past. You come across 2 or 3 boxcars moving along like at 38 mile an hour. What? Where did these get kicked from is the question, right? I mean, they're still doing 38 mile an hour out here in the middle of nowhere. What were they kicked at? 247 mile an hour? All right. It looks like we got 4 cars here. More rail boxes, and then that might be a BNSF high cube up there. Looks like it. I know, rough handling. No matter what I do, it's going to be rough handling. So there's no sense fighting. No sense complaining about it. You bring it down 1 notch and you get penalized for rough handling. That's not really a penalty, I suppose. Well, we're telling you you're doing it too rough, so I guess it's an admonishment. There you go. And I suddenly am now realizing that admonishment is the opposite of affirmation. I was wondering that a few videos ago if there's such a thing as a yeah, that's a high cube. Such a thing as a negative affirmation. No, it's an admonishment, right? I don't know. Yep, there's our next cut right there. Once we lash onto those guys, we will go ahead forward into Ormarin and set the switch up there the way we need to. And then we'll grab this entire monstrosity and head back towards the North Yard. And then we'll go back to Rafa and finish him up in Lyle and get him off to Ashley Gorway. Ashley, and then the industry in Ashley that's called Gorway. Gorway what? I don't know. All right. Yep, it's like a little Easter egg hunt. Or maybe we're like cowboys rustling up the cattle. Some of the cattle got loose, and so we gotta circle back and get on, doggy. Yeah, now it seems as though we're off that hill because we are accelerating and deaccelerating. Well, I guess deaccelerating is not an indication, but accelerating pretty quickly now in comparison to what we were. So we must have just stopped in a really bad spot. So be it. We're going to stay on easy mode. Okay, let's take it down to 30. Here we go. Then 25. Yeah, there are quite a few cars in this cut. What's this going to push us to? Yeah, I don't know. They seem to be box cars. I don't know if they're loaded or empty. But at least they're not like coal cars or even worse, iron ore cars. Those would be really heavy. Oh, I did not slow down that time like I did before, but I'm good with that. So take me forward now. Yeah, it looks like most of them are empties. Empty. Loaded. And then the Norfolk side of the front is empty. Okay, just for fun now, let's see what we're hauling now. 10,246, which is still $2,000 below our total capacity. All right. Okay, no, we can speed it up now. I thought we were a little bit closer to Omar than that, but we're not. Okay, so here we go. We're going to cross here. Go across this bridge. Here's Omarin coming up right here. All righty then, Omarin. So now we want to keep this one going this way. And then there's a runaround at the station here, right? So we could stick those cars out front onto this. Are they all going to fit, though? I don't know. many choices, though. If I don't, I can back them up. All right, so we'll stick them onto here, and then we'll run around them. Well, we'll stick them here, we'll run around this way, and we'll back up. I think that's going to be long enough. I think so. This piece of track right here, is this long enough to fully take on what we got here? Oh, I don't know. It's going to be tough. All right, so what we'll do is maybe we shouldn't even try that. So this is what I'm thinking now. Okay, I'm thinking that's not going to fit. That's what I'm thinking. All right, so what if instead of doing that, we stop here? Actually, we take the last engine up to here. So then the cut that's behind us will be right here. We drop that cut there. We then go like this, back up at the shorter cut here, shove it onto there. Then back up, go onto here, do the long run around, and then come back. Then we got to pick it up, drag it back over here, then connect up to our old train. You got all that? I'm hoping I do. It makes sense to me right now. So we'll see. Now, do we have... I'm noticing these are staying up here. I kind of like that they are. Before, how did I do that? How did I allow it to stay up? I didn't know that was a possibility. But apparently it is. My phone's ringing, but it says suspected spam. So they can talk to my mailbox. Alrighty. And I'm wondering if it's going to stay light long enough for me to finish these moves and then get Rafa's turn done too. I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that is. Okay, but I'm now starting to realize that I've got the switches set wrong, don't I? How about I touch? If I'm going to do that plan I just talked about. So we're going to keep this one this way, and we're going to keep this one this way. We're not going to go into an Ulmaran station. Yeah. Keep this one this way, and then this we're going to flip that way and that way. That'll complete the runaround. Okay. Here we go now. Look at this. We got to be off the hill now. We're doing 28 miles an hour. Duke is waiting. Philippe is waiting. Are they fighting each other? Yeah, I like it. This is kept up now so I can see what's going on. All right, so let's start slowing it down now. Because we're going to want to get it up to here. Right? Yeah. That's what we're going to want. Okay. Here we go now. Do a little switching on the main line. Not exactly ideal. A little herky-jerky movement here. Why is that? Is it because Philippe and Duke are being jerks? Could be. They're eating up computing power. Yeah, we're going to, after we get this one parked, we're going to go check on those two. Get them situated to where they need to be, and then hopefully it'll... God, this cut is hugely long. All right, I see the engines now. I bet you Philippe and Duke are going head-to-head. We'll go over there, fix them, do a little dispatching. After we get this one where we want it to be. Here he comes. Of course, I'm thinking, how many J.R. Joes are there? I can just flip around. That's all right. I can just flip around. All right, let's stop it right there. There we go. There we go. Okay, now let's see. There's the dupe. Navigate to Grantley. I know it says he's moving now. Right? Okay, where's Philippe? Philippe, what are you doing, buddy? Where are you at now? Navigate to us. Says he's moving too. Well. Okay, very good. So that solves that problem. So my herky-jerkiness is for some other reason that I don't know. Okay. So let's apply the handbrake now. And let us move forward. There we go. Now we're going to move them up past this switch here. No way this will fit on that track there. Just no way. All right, but I fixed it. We're going to get... Well, we'll wait till the last engine is across here. Right? Yeah, I think I'm... The way I set the switches on the other side were wrong because I think I'm thinking wrong. But I got it. I think I got it straight in my brain pan now. We're going to have to push it forward until it gets past this. Then we're going to back up, do the runaround, back the whole thing up, and baza boom. I don't have to drag all the cars to this side. That'd be dumb. Not that doing dumb stuff has ever stopped me before. Now these, how many messages do I get on there? Do I get to set that? Go. Alrighty. Now let's apply here. Release here. Then we're going to back it up. Let's decouple. Then I want to go down there and see what's going on. There we go. Okay, now I want to go back here and see what's going on here. Yeah, look at this. It's just way too... Oh, no. Okay, do I have this one thrown? Oh, I do. Good thing I threw it that way. All right, so we want this one this way. It's even too long for this, and we're sitting across the road here. How you folks doing, huh? You enjoying your day? That's nice. I want to jump in here and get something to eat. What, is this a place to eat? It's the... here they serve some good gabagool there. All right, come over this way now. And let us back him up now. Continue to back him up. There he goes. He's going to break on through to the other side. We're going to throw this switch, CTC switch, so we'll have whoever our dispatcher. I almost called him Otto, but that's... I mean, I suppose we could call him Otto. That's from Run 8. Run 8's guy's called Otto. It stands for something. OTTO? I don't know what it is. All right, throw that one back to this way. Come over here. There we go. This one's set right? I don't think we've ever been in Omar in this series, have we? Okay, now let's go down here and make sure all these switches are thrown correctly. Yes. And there's only two. Yes. Very good. Here we go. The old runaround. Through Omarin. And it's getting dark. Too dark to see. Feels like I'm knocking on start a new day's door. So we can see. There's some people. We called Amtrak ahead, though, and told them to have their agents out there so people didn't start trying to board these boxcars, even though it's one track over. Because, you know, sometimes people do things that are not exceptionally bright. No, ma'am, this is not a passenger train. It's just not. Yeah, watch out, folks. Not too much of a surprise, seeing as that other train's already blocking the track, but, you know, we want to err on the side of safety. Safety third. Yep. Okay. Over this way. Here we go now. Beautiful. Nicely done. Already got this one set correctly. He's already across that switch, so doesn't have much of a choice. Here we go. Let's back it up now. There we go. And we'll finally be on the head of this monster train. Is it even going to fit on the inbound track in North Yard? My guess is going to be no. I tailor my trains to fit. But this one, well, it's been a challenge, to say the least. But an awfully fun challenge. With all the complaining I do, I'm still sitting here, you know, very happy. This is a good time. Oh, no, forgot who I was. Okay, now I got to go back on this end. I was going to throw that switch back over, but we got to go back on this end because I think we're going to meet up before we get that switch. This one's back to main line. That one's back to main line. So, yeah, we'll just sit back here and throw it in a little bit. Here he comes. Now we got it. It's funny, we can hear the bell all the way from over here. All right, here we go. This is going to be one huge hump when it finally gets there. If it ever finally gets there, of course. That's the caveat. Okay. I keep forgetting on this easy mode how quickly it slows down. So I'm slowing down as if I'm using the rail driver. When actually, I am not. Okay. There we go. We got it. Okay, so this one's now set back to main line. This one is set to main line. Main line, main line. There we go. Let's take the bell off. And now let's go to Ashley Inn is what we want him to do. Navigate to track mark. Ashley out. No, I bet it's North Yard Ashley Inn, isn't it? North Yard, there it is, Ashley Inn. There he goes. Holy, holy. Okay, now we ought to find Rafa on here. Rafa, where you at, buddy boy? While I search, enjoy the train on the right. There's Rafa. Rafa. Okay. Oh, no, we're in the right place. I thought we were in Ashley. I'm like, isn't this Ashley? No, it's not. No, it's not. You Mo? All right. Is it just because this is on? Oh, yeah, that's all it is. I just leave that on. This way it pops up, but if I want to say, what did that say? I go like this. How can I be playing this game this long and not know that? Okay, so anywho, we got to pick up. Did we get these out of the whatchamacall? We did not. So there's these there he's got to pick up. And then there are these here that he's got to pick up, right? Yeah, these got to be pulled out and put... Yeah, see, the problem is the only track we really have, it's a double main line here. The only track we really have to store anything is right here. Now, these are all going to Ashley Gorway. These are all loaded hoppers. So what if... You know, these say Lyle Lumber, but actually they should say none, right? Yeah, that's what they should say. Okay, so what if we do this now? We're going to go get those lumber bulkheads first. So let's try Rail Driver again now. What does SUP stand for? Supper time? I don't know. Okay, go like this. Then we'll decouple. Okay. And then we'll go like that. All right, now it's recharging. Very good. Put the bell on. Wait, I gotta make sure the switch is set right. It is not. Here we go. Put it in reverse, please. That's how I would expect it to work. It's working exactly like I thought it would. And then when I take it out of, you'll put it back in neutral, it does this. There we go. Now we'll put the independent brake on there. Still a little sluggish for my taste, but I don't know. Is that realistic? I have no idea. Okay, forward. And here we go. Okay, now look how fast it's going up. Sheesh. All right, so we're going to come over this way. Yeah, that's correct. And then we're going to run all the way down because there's not a crossover track until we get outside of town here. The gates are already down. Safety third. All right, come back this way. And they're right here. Okay, so the Lyle crossover is going to go like this. And then it's going to go like this. I thought it was a double, but it's not. Oh, we probably should have the bell on here because we're going past the passenger station. Excuse me, folks. I got it notch 1 and we're doing 30 mile an hour. I still feel like there's something going on with Rail Driver here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe not. There we go. Now we're going to make sure we get it down to 15 mile an hour so we can do this crossover up here. When the time is appropriate, of course. Now, what engine is this? Is this an ES44 DC? I don't know. The big fin should tip me off, but it is a ES44 DC. Yes, it is. Why? I hear the crossing signals going off now. Why are those going off now? Did they just lift up? I don't know. Now we are slowly slowing down, so again, that's good. So after we pick these up, we'll run them back to the far end of that. So we come off the same end we just came off of that storage track. And then we'll go forward. We'll probably push those grain cars out of the way onto the main line. And then we'll go forward and get those other ones from Consolidated, those box cars. And then we'll see how many we can fit on there. And the other ones we can't fit on there. I mean, I suppose I could store them just in Consolidated there. I wonder if I should just store them right in Consolidated's bay there. I mean, what do they care, right? If we store our cars there. Store our cars there. They aren't going to care. They don't need it. I'm the only one that services them, so should another load come in, it'll be me who will have to remove them. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Then there might be enough room to put these cars, these bulkheads, all on that storage track. Of course, if I'm going to do that, why am I going to get these? Because why not just leave those lumber cars, those bulkheads, on the lumber track? They're completely off. And leave those other ones over there. Holy moly. So I just came down here for nothing. Right? Why am I obsessing with getting them all on there? Let's just back up. Let's back up. Good dry run. It's a good dry run is what that is, huh? I don't want to hear anybody about talking to me, in the comments about me wasting time. I'm not wasting time. This is a dry run. Practice makes perfect. Bring that back to mainline service. Then that one back to mainline service. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm liking this idea much better. Because then I'll just put them on the Dukes, go get the empties list. And like I said, since I'm the only railroad that services this company, this entire route, as a matter of fact, what do I care? What do I care if they're sitting there? I took 2 of them off because they wouldn't fit. But the rest of them fit. Throwing a fit. All right. So back we go. It's a town so nice, we're going to see it twice. Because then all I have to do now is just grab onto those grain cars, and I'm on my way to Ashley. Isn't that nice? Then that also allows me, with whatever driver I flip to then, to turn it on to the next day so it doesn't get too dark. Look at all the benefits that are coming from thinking a little bit. Thinking has its benefits, I guess is what I'm getting at. Here we come. Now, normally in the past, I'd say to myself, I probably should slow down as I go past these passengers on the station. But I have seen videos of freight trains flying by. Of course, I wonder if were those actual stations still in use? That's the other thing. Or were they abandoned stations? There goes the thing again. We're only doing 25 here, right? And we're also wait, break. We're going too fast to throw this switch, apparently. Come to a stop. There you go. Now back up. And we're just going to grab onto these. Because that's how we do. Oh, but we're not going to grab on them going 16 mile an hour, I hope. That's not how we do. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, that's close. That was close to disaster. Okay, now we're going to come over here. Now, these cars here should be on there. Yeah, they're on there just fine, aren't they? Yes, they are. So now we are going to... Now it says SUP again. I don't know what SUP stands for. Maybe somebody will tell me. All right, so we'll go like this. Release it. There we go. Put it in forward. Bail, bail, bail. Waiting for these to get up to 90. Which will indicate that the brakes are fully off. There we go. Forward. Okay, now what we're going to do is do this. And we are going to say... Yeah, we're going to put them on auto or... okay, Ashley Gorway. I'm right. So it's not... I thought it was box cars. They weren't. They're green cars. All right, so now we're going to say head to Ashley with this guy. Navigate to track mark Ashley. There we go. All right. And you know what else? That's the end of the video. That's as far as we are going to get today. Let me just warn the passengers we're coming back through a second time. And then I want to take a look at the end of the train here. Everything's moving. Yeah, except for those bulkheads. That's nice. Okay, so that is the end of episode 87. I hope you guys had fun. I had a blast, as always. When we start our next episode, which will be episode 88, obviously, it'll be a new day. And we'll be starting with somebody fresh. Why don't you like? Why don't you subscribe? Why don't you leave me a comment? If you don't like the fact that it's going to be a new day the next time we start, well, this just may not be the channel for you.